Hello everyone, today I'm going to share with you how to create an AR app. So now I am still in the process, but I would love to share with you how I accomplish step by step. Start from UX UI design to, let me show you, to the UI design. Start from concept to UX UI design, and then kind of like make the actual design, and then put into Unity, and then make it work. Okay. So this is so far I have. So pretty much start from about, and then So basically, this is the SpaceX is going to launch, launch their first mission, which they are going to send to NASA astronaut to ISS the first time. So this app will be at the beginning, like talks about the campaign. Okay, let's go back. So this is kind of like an intro, and then if you hit play, and I was thinking about maybe let dog or Bob smuggling a hamster to space ISS, and then so this is like conversation, and then go to the AR mode, which it's like this is like a rocket launch. So when you click, ideally when you click, this rocket will be in AR space, and then you can pretty much click through the whole process, and the rocket will kind of perform or animate according to different process. And you can see like for example, like what's this stage? Stage is telemetry, and then the stage. Okay. Start from start up, lift off, max Q, make calls, S2 start up, whatever. So I pretty much screenshot. You can see my process. Screenshot from SpaceX launch video. I think their video is really cool because you see like this is time, and then this is kind of like okay, so speed, altitude. I think it's so hard to animate this ring, so that's why I kind of wanna just like list out the numbers, and then so people can click through it. So pretty much start from start up. You see like T is minus, so it's like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This types of thinking, and then 0. Okay, so start to launch, lift off. You see, and then I later on I will put some. Right now I'm texturing the stuff. Let me share with you. Where's my rocket? Okay, so I went to Maya, and I built this tower, and I built the base, and I kind of drag some free assets. It's like the base. So pretty much later on I will do the click-through animation and let this rocket shoot and perform. So you can see like I pretty much kind of like and then later on I probably need like some ocean, right? Because later on this big part will go back and land it on the ocean. So this is what I'm working on right now, and then I'm learning texturing, and then I'm learning like Maya, and then Substance, Painter, and then Zbrush. So make sure the prop, the game level looks nice. Okay, so let's start with the concept. Okay, so yeah, this is kind of like the thing that I did before I was selected as one of the NASA social influencer back in January, and then yeah, I got a chance to kind of witness one of NASA's launch campaign, so I got like all excited about space. So before I already like read or follow NASA social media or follow a lot of different space medias like social medias and look up like all those great things. But this is the first time that I really want to make something that is entertaining and educational. So I was thinking about why not make a space game, right? So yeah, so this is kind of like the previous thoughts. So I was thinking about what should I do, and then yeah, my friend kind of gave me suggestion that maybe since SpaceX is going to send these two NASA astronauts to ISS on May 27th. So is there a way that maybe I can kind of make something for it, right? Just for fun and in AR. So yeah, so I did some research and download all the space apps, and I find out that there are a lot of like launch apps. Pretty much, I think they got like an API from Twitter or from other social media, and then they start to implement those. So pretty much when you open it, you can see all the launch day and place and link up to Google Map, and you can see where it is. But for me, I feel that it's kind of just like a showing the information and filter out all the other things, just focus on like a rocket launch. And then I also saw a lot of AR rocket launch, just focusing on like something like Kerbal Space. Like you assemble a rocket and send to this, yeah, and then kind of like using AR technology. But I was thinking about why not making an AR game and similar to card game. So I think one of the problem for space this is that people doesn't really know how important that the space industry is right now, because actually Starlink is going to send a few hundred satellites to the orbit. Probably I think within this few weeks. So I was thinking about, yeah, why not making an AR game, and then start when people play it, and they can gamify it, right? They can shoot some aliens, they can have some battles, and later on they can collect cards. Yeah, like cards, actual cards. And once they collect the cards, they can enable the AR mode. So, for example, like the satellite will float on the palm of your hand, or the actual size of the satellite. Well, you can pretty much put inside your room and interact with it. And later on, maybe partner with some other satellite companies or like some other space programs, and then kind of doing like in-depth kind of like education for people to learn more about the space, the satellite, and later on like the beginning of life and some atoms, like for example like some phenomena in the space, for example like I don't know, black hole, wormhole, how it works, or like moons, right? Maybe we can have like a moons like rotating on your hand, and you can kind of interact with that. Yeah, and then I want to make it so fun because like I saw a lot of AR education app. It's just so boring, right? It's like a textbook, but you can pretty much interact, and you still need to scan the code. I mean, come on, it's like we have a lot of different ARs. Like one is like a spatial AR, another one is like a marker based AR, And I don't know why when I saw some AR educational app, you still need to print out the code, or like the barcode or QR code. I think that's not necessary. Basically, as long as it detect the camera detect a mesh or something, and it can place right away. You don't really need. It's not like a retail store. You have to interact with the physical product, right? Or encourage you to buy actual product so you can scan the code or whatever actual product, right? Because this is totally everything is in apps, so there's really no point of printing out a QR code. It's just like a really, I don't know, I don't think that's a good user experience. So in this one, it's like everything is virtual, and then when you collect the card, and then you can kind of like click and let the space stuff right in like appear right in front of your room. So this is just like a 1.0, and I'm still working on it, and I really enjoy working on it because like during Saturday and Sunday, pretty much I learned like Substance right now, and then before I learned Maya, and then right now I'm learning Zbrush, and I think this is a challenge for me to kind of like learn everything together. So let's start. So my approach is that I will do some research and then start figuring out the gameplay, like what's the game mechanic. So the game mechanic will be like why people use AR. Because I read a book that says that if you don't have to use AR, then don't use AR. Because right now there are a lot of latency, and then sometimes because people are not familiar with it. So if you can avoid AR and achieve the same result, just avoid it. But for me, I still think that AR, there are a lot of benefits for AR. For example, like you can actually see the real object, like even though it's 3D, but you can play around with it, interact with it, and it's much better than graphics and 2D images, because you can kind of rotate and enlarge it and see the details of the 3D model. So I think that's a really good kind of like making the abstract idea into a concrete visualization. So as for space education, I believe in the future there will be a lot of regular classroom, like a lot of different classes for related to space, because, for example, like you see 5G is coming, right? And and then you see right now, I think a lot of companies said that their digital transformation was pretty slow before the quarantine. Due to quarantine, we never thought of these days that we have to stay at home, right? So I think even though nobody loves quarantine and nobody likes coronavirus, but to be honest with you, this quarantine really accelerate the speed of digital transformation. You see, like everyone is working online, having meetings online. So if these types of things becomes the norm, I would say that, because you see like global warming, and then so many weird disease comes out, right? Like the weather is not normal right now. There are too many peoples and too many things that are uncontrollable. So if this is going to be a norm, then XR might get a big chance to flourish, right? You see, no latency, right? And besides no latency, then we need to create good content, and we need to have a good 3D rendering, so people can feel that their eyes won't feel too tired, right? And also hardwares. For example, if I wear like a VR headset, sometimes I feel so tired just because of looking at the delayed resolution. The resolution is too low, and the delay was really tiring. Make myself really tired, and also like the heavy headset. Yeah, I feel like my head. I got headache every time after I use VR. So yeah, I think XR definitely there are a lot of stuff to improve. Yeah. So the game mechanics will be visualization of the rocket launch. That's first. And second will be visualization and interaction between all the space phenomena, or like a satellite or some like black hole or moons, like different planet, and you can enlarge it. And maybe there are some. I want to play some games throughout the whole journey. So yeah, so this is just 1.0. I just want to show like, okay, so those two, they are going to space, and then I'm going to put a hamster, that maybe dog or Bob smuggling the little hamster to the space, and later on the space, the ISS got occupied by aliens. So everyone got controlled by aliens except that smart hamster. So the hamster running out and then start his own journey. So the user will be the hamster. Yeah, and then I think dog built a little, space capsule for that hamster. So the hamster can travel through the entire universe. Yeah, and then so the user can learn everything through the eye of a small hamster, and the hamster will be the savior of the whole universe. Yeah, so that's about the story, but this is just 1.0. I feel like this is already overwhelming. So okay, so yeah, so let's go to the wireframe. So I want to show you that how I structure the UX part. I know, like later on I elaborate this a lot, but I just want to share with you like how I construct it. So you will have a home page, right? And I am thinking about having 2 or 3 buttons, right? So quick, basically you don't really need that button, because basically when you swipe up, I don't know about Android, but when you do like on iOS, you just swipe up and everything closed. So this button is still debating. And then about is like this, right? About button. And then you can see, let me show you which one. Oh, this one. Yeah, play. And then you need preparation, and then rocket launch, it's in AR, and then Dragon 2. I was thinking about showing some stuff in Dragon 2, but I have to model it, so maybe I just jump cut to just like a video section showing that Dragon attached to ISS. And then, I watch a lot of like ISS missions. I think maybe it's fun to have a small games here, like in ISS. So that game probably will be like checking some blood, because as far as I know that people send some blood to space and see how our blood react to the space area. Yeah, just make sure that when human comes to space, then that we are still ourselves. Not really, yeah, just like make sure that our blood or whatever, yeah, just study it so we won't get surprised. For example, when we go to somewhere and then we turn to something, yeah, I don't know, yeah, just probably study some of like human stuff related to if we put ourselves to the space, what will it happen. And so they are pretty much the astronaut in ISS. Pretty much they kind of like helping the scientists on Earth, helping them to put their kind of like experiment to space, and kind of like help them to document it. And then I was thinking about dance, because I mean, come on, I saw a lot of like astronauts, they are doing gymnastic or like doing some exercise there. I think pretty much similar to Kung Fu. They can, because they are floating, so they can do a lot of crazy fight. Yeah, so this one is still debating. I don't know how much time I have, but I mean, I think work, this definitely is. And eat, I think eating is a challenge. Because I saw like how astronauts drink waters, because they need to squeeze a big drop of like a water bubble, and then kind of like let it like float in the I say space, and then later on they just like put their mouth closed and suck it. Yeah, it's really interesting. So, yeah, those, it depends on my time. I can make it 3D, but right now I was thinking about 2D. So, how to make a game within few months and then upload to the Apple Store. I would say that start from simple, just laying out the key frames, and then keep it simple. So you see, like my homepage, I only put 2 buttons or 3 buttons, so you won't miss it out. And then just like put a simple image, and then kind of like having some simple dialogue, and then go to AR mode, and people just like click through and they can see the whole like rocket launch. Because before, actually, I just saw like a rocket resembling that part. So I think this part will be very good for people to visualize how rocket launch. Yeah, and then yeah, personally, I'm not like aerospace. My background is not aerospace, so yeah. After it launch, if there's anything wrong, please just let me know and I will fix it. Yeah, my background is more design. Yeah. Yeah, okay, so this is kind of like that. And then I'm a designer, so design this panel is just piece of cake for me. So I start doing this and then put all the information laying out. Yeah, before it was the previous layout, similar to SpaceX. You see like this, but later on the reason why I switched to let me show you to this one is because I'm not programmer. Yeah, I think this is much easier. I use get and set. Yeah, my C# language, and then kind of like click this one, case one, and jump into this. Yeah. Okay. So so I changed a lot of UI just to make my development life a little easier. Okay, and yeah, so if you wanna see it, I think I took this out. Yeah, I don't have this. So yeah, so on board, like their conversation, and then, yeah, those are like kind of like the previous one, and then later on I elaborate this one. Start up, yeah, I screenshot like each a SpaceX launch like a video. I watch a lot. I think this one is kind of closer to what I want to do because they have a lot of different launches, and like I don't know, like God, like every time when you launch a rocket, it probably burn at least a few $1 million. I think that's crazy. Like, yeah, we keep shooting. Yeah, a lot of money in the bank. Yeah, good job. And then second, engine ignition. Yeah, so everything's 0, and then start fire up the butt. Yeah, start rocking, and then God, feel like yeah, I'm a designer. This is my excuse for using my limited design language to describe how rocket launch can lift off. Okay, so you just, hey, fire up, go into space. And then max Q will be minimum dynamic pressure. Yeah, so kind of like put a lot of pressure to it, and then you see it start rocking. I think within probably how many minutes? Let me see. Within probably 10 minutes or 10 or 15 minutes, everything will be done. It's really crazy that, yeah, you see, like, actually it's not long, right? And yeah, just speed up, and then yeah, keep rocking. And Mako, I think main engine cut off. I think Mako sounds a cool initiate. Yeah, so abbreviation or something. Yeah, so I think they have some a lot of cool names, and once you know those names and those steps, I think you will understand why it's called that way. So I think those are crucial, and the user can pretty much adjust each step, and then the AR rocket will start animating according to this bar, and this panel will kind of like in response to this progress. Yeah. So yeah. So this is how I design a screenshot. I put a panel, kind of copy it, and then I put a bar, and then people click through. Yeah, I think that's probably the easiest one. Make my design and development easy. Yeah. Yeah, so it started burning. Yeah, okay, so this little chunk, like big body, well, coming back to the ocean. And then you can see second stage engine cutoff. So pretty much SpaceX, like the rocket launch is like, they have like a different parts, like a Dragon parts is the super top part, and those will carry the astronaut. And the big body will be pretty much all the fuel, right? So because you want to go to the space, you need to have a lot of fuel. So those part, it doesn't need to go to the space with them. So kind of this big chunk kind of come back to the Earth. So yeah, and then the small part, the front part will start flying, and then another engine will start rocking, and then deployment. Yeah, basically it's like a dragon and with like a big wings of like a solar panel. So yeah, so and then later on, yeah, you see those are my research. Yeah, I kind of drag a lot of like those are my cheat sheet. So pretty much the process will be like that. Yeah, this is cool, right? I probably need to. I don't know. I haven't really seen any 3D models out there having those wings. I don't know. I probably need to start learning how to do it and animate it. Okay, cool. Ooh, yep. So those are kind of like the stuff that I'm studying. I kind of need to study a lot in order to make it happen. And I really think this is super cool. It's a cool project that like, yeah, pretty much. If you see this, okay, I cut those two people's head and put this shirt. That's as far as I know that you don't really need to dress like a astronaut suit inside inside ISS. Only if you want to do the space walk. Yeah, maybe I can do a space walk. Yeah, we will see. So yeah, so pretty much after it deploy, and then I was thinking about having this one, but I have to create all the 3D assets. It depends. Yeah, in my initial plan, this frame is there, but I cut it out. It's just because 3D models, it's hard to make. Okay, so Dragon ISS, you see like, ooh, and then, yeah, they start working. I will put a hemisphere here. Yeah, so you will see some fun stuff. Okay, so this is the UI part. And then let's see how yeah, basically this is just a walkthrough. And then, yeah, and then my initial thoughts was to whatever, just upload to the app store and see how it goes. So, yeah, okay, so let me show you how I make it. Yeah, you go to, uh, yeah, so let me see. Okay, so I create a canvas, right? And I kind of like put my art for the background. Yeah, canvas background. And then I use the canvas group to hide. Yeah, to kind of like cause you see, if it is one, it shows up. If it is zero, it disappear. So yeah, so I kind of use this technique and then let you see, if you click whatever button, right? If you see, oh yeah, I put like oh yeah, I mean this one. So click about panel alpha will be 1 or 0, because yeah, just use like a this as buttons, and then on click one show one hide, on another click one show one hide. So yeah, so this is how I make it. So yeah, yeah. So about panel, home panel. So about panel. If you see about panel, if I, yeah, okay. So yeah, pretty much place everything as image, and you can see before I kind of take time to study that the center, like uh, the mode, the UI, how to make a good UI in Unity. Yeah, so yeah, pretty much I did like this. Yeah, and let me show you like my script. How basically I kind of had a little bit of development experience, but I'm not a professional developer. So what I learned about how to develop an app is that you break down all the tasks, development tasks, and then make it super simple. Yeah, you need to start with simple, and then you can make it super complicated later on once the simple rule is working. Okay, so let's see. Switch. Switch. Okay, so when you click this button, it goes jump into scene switcher. Okay, so let's show you. Okay, so this is how I make a scene switcher. So I put a lot of different functions, and then this is the code. So yeah, build index. Okay, so build index will be here. It's on the settings. So you see like there's numbers, right? 0, 1, 2, 3. So if, for example, like if on button click I have this, kind of jump to this and make this execute, then this will load another scene, and this is build index, like current 1 plus 1. So play game, this one is 0, right? On board, you will go to on board, because this plus 1 means that the current build, the current scene plus 1, so it will be the next scene. Next thing is 1. So yeah, so this is kind of like how yeah, and also you can load scene and you can put a specific name, or you can get like an index plus 1. It depends on you. Yeah, what you like. Yeah, so okay, so this is like those two buttons. Yeah, about. Okay, so let me share with you. Pretty much you lay out using like image, and then yeah, I use canvas group alpha. Yeah, just let it show or let it hide. On click, it become 1, it becomes 0, and after this one, I think close. Where's the close? yeah, about, close, yeah. So this is another button, yeah. uh, yeah, let me show you the, oh. So basically there's another close button here when you click, and the canvas group alpha switch, so you go back to this one. Yeah, okay, so this is the home page, how I lay out and structure everything. And let's go to the next one. Next one. Okay, so see. On board. Oh, whatever, see. Okay, so first, yeah, I spend a lot of time working on kind of like laying out the UI. So yeah, hopefully this works. So you see, still working, right? Make sure it's all working. Ooh, yeah, and then my pad. Shit, I don't think this works. Yeah, only landscape. Yeah, so this is called responsive design. If you are familiar with, let me see which one. This will be. Yeah. I really like iPhone XS Max. It's just so big, right? I like a lot of space, and I like only two buttons. You never miss out, right? Looks so clean. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, but weather looks pretty good. I think we'll have a pretty successful launch. Sorry, successful lunch. Yeah, yeah, it's both. Okay, so later on I will put a hamster that maybe there's a hamster pops out, and then Bob was like, "Oh no, what's your hamster? Like, what's that?" And maybe Doug would just say, "Oh, that's our new fellow." Cause we are going to. I will not be home for probably a year, and I will pretty much in ISS, and my hamster, nobody will take care of it. So I'm thinking about smuggling my hamster to ISS, and I believe that people won't, people won't say anything. Yeah, I mean, yeah, nobody will take care of my little hamster. So that's why I was thinking about, yeah, maybe letting like a little small animals, like kind of like add some interest. Yeah. Before I was thinking about cat, but cat it was too big. Hey, come on, it's so much easier to smuggle or took a hamster inside your pocket rather than a cat, right? A cat, how can you squeeze, right? Cat is so big. So yeah, so hamster might be a really good fit for this. Okay, so how I did this, okay, let me show you the canvas. Okay, so this is canvas. I put a background. I put a blue rectangle. Yeah, so you see, yeah, I mean, before I think the home page, the UI it's so easy to place the UI there because I just center everything. But this one, since I want this blue thing to be stuck on the bottom. I mean, for the UI placement, you always need to, what should I say? You always need to do a lot of experiments things, and then play around with all the, different sides of the screen. Yeah. So I think this one is kind of like the best that you can have. And Bob panel. Yeah. So pretty much I use the same technique. Yeah, like Bob panel, dot panel. Yeah. Yeah, so this another one is duck panel, and then back home I put a home button, whatever you click it will launch the first home screen. So yeah, this button will link to, yeah, scene switcher, and then this button will link to, yeah, you see the same thing. Group, canvas group alpha. When you click this, the next panel will be alpha will be 1, and the current panel will be 0, and for the Bob will be vice versa. Yeah, Bob bottom, right? It's vice versa. Oh, yeah. I mean, I can do vice versa, but basically it's not switching between, right? So I let it jump to the third scene, do the scene switch, so you can see. So okay, so this one, it's the scene, like canvas group. So when I click this, jumps to another canvas group, the alpha change. And then when I click this, it switch to another scene. Yeah, so this is the scene. Okay, so let's jump to the AR. Yeah. Okay. For this scene, yeah, I kind of look up a lot of like let me see, scripts. Nav slider. Yeah, I put a slider for this part. So basically, oh, slider. Yeah, I mean, sometimes, yeah, Unity. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The UI, sometimes there's like they couldn't recognize it, but there's no warning on the software, so yeah, it's fine. So I pretty much use the slider, and then yeah, I use this move step in steps. Okay, so I put a lot of stuff on the button as well. So steps, minimum values, and then yeah, so this is kind of like this one. And then I put nav bar. Before I put it in for the 2 buttons, but now I pretty much put sorry. Okay, so basically all I have to do is to attach a script to the buttons. So you can see that public int, max step, minimum step. Okay, so I put like different steps for this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? So pretty much it's like this, and then so you need to have like a minimum and maximum, and then I have like and then I have like a navy slider, which is this but filled. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, okay. So right now what I have to do is to see like in the menu. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, navigation. Oh, info panel. Oh. Okay. So those will be the panel appear here. So okay, so let me share with you how I make it. Yeah, okay, so let's see. Yeah, okay, so pretty much I put, see, when I click this, those are the panels. So pretty much I make uh, I make uh, kind of like a script, which if I click this, it's increasing the space. It's increasing the number. If I click this, it's decreasing the number. Yeah. Okay. So we can take a look. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you can pretty much see this, right? And then well, so let's see. Okay, so in the canvas, I pretty much put home button here, background and info panel here, right? And then main nav is here. And then net button, those two, I use kind of like this. Because before actually I attach individually to those two buttons, but since when I push this, and then like those two numbers will be different, so this bar doesn't know which one to listen. So yeah, so I kind of make a empty gain object, so and attach everything. So I put like a different panel. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, so pretty much I use all those. Yeah, and then you can take a look, main nav. Yeah, main nav. Yeah, this bar. This bar basically I use like a slider concept. I put like like you know like a frame, and then I put like the progress bar as a field, right? So pretty much you can see like I can slide as long as it's know its value, and then I attach those value to those two buttons. So when this click, initially it will be initially uh, yeah, the slider, the steps will be minimal steps, which is 0, right? So I kind of set up this to be at the beginning everything is 0 and start like adding up. And once this adding up, this panel kind of in response. I use the panel, I use set and get. Yeah, I put every panel as gain object. And then, yeah. And then I use this switch. Oh, no, sorry, not set and get, it's switch. I switch different, like current steps will be how, like this is +1, this is -1, so which is current steps, right? And then if it is 1 or 0, everything is false, this one is true. Yeah, and then 1, the second one will be true, and then everything is false. And this is 2. Yeah, so this is kind of like the way that I construct my code. And then yeah, step decrease, step increase and decrease. So if yeah, so I kind of like frame it, make sure it's kind of like between 1 and 10. Yeah, so yeah, 0 and 9. Yeah, so make sure it works well. So you need to test out those stuff because sometimes, yeah, you need to do some math for this. So this is how I made. And then now I am doing more like what should I say? More more like a 3D substance. Yeah, I'm I want to let me show you what I'm thinking. Okay, you see like this one? I want to kind of make this kind of stand, and then this base looks more real, and I want to texture this rocket. So yeah, so this is so far I get. And then if you like my tutorial, please subscribe my YouTube channel, and thanks for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.